Greetings. Today's Friday, I think. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. Lots of stuff going on tonight at the Panelverse. Friday's usually a busy night. I'll probably do a stream later. So anyway, welcome to today, the today part of Friday. Today's kind of I think it's good periodically to kind of take a look back, kind of like a retrospective, take a look back at where the channel started and what my goals and vision for it was then, and kind of check in now and see where the channel's at and maybe where it's going now. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to present material I've presented before. I'm going to do that through these three charts that I have on the different levels of self-determination. When I first started my podcast, in fact, I'll post a link. During COVID, it was like end of 2020, maybe beginning of 2021. Anyway, it was 3 years ago, according to YouTube. I teamed up with this he was intersex actually, female to male, trans man, who's since detransitioned, so is now female. And our very first episode, this was our pilot episode. Hang on. There you go. I posted it. Was on autonomy, self-determination, and he had these charts he had made for his website, and we kind of used them as a guide of what we were trying to do with that stream. And what I'm trying to do with this stream is really not much different. I'm just doing it with a different team. So I want to go over, they look at self-determination. It's three charts. What do you call them? Infographics. From the level of individual, like where you are as an individual on the self-determination spectrum. They look at it from this developed out of the nonprofits and social service agencies that he worked in. And so it's geared toward agencies and nonprofits and stuff, like actual entities that do this kind of work. So the second one looks at it from the program level, which I'm going to take as the group level. And in the Panelverse, that would be the individual stream. So like each YouTube channel or content creator would be a program or a group. And then the third one looks at it from the community level, which is the entire Panelverse or YouTube or internet, social media itself. So the community level. So let's take a look at that. Hey, Auntie, how are you today? I'm talking about self-determination. It's really just review, but I think it's going to be a good to get grounded in this one value and these few principles to kind of, re-clarify the stream, because it seems to be, as it should, it seems to be changing and moving and shifting and pivoting and all of that. So I think this is a good time to look at self-determination at the individual, group, and community level. So I'm going to share the first image, and this is at the individual level. And again, I've shared these before, but I want to kind of just really take some time to look at them in detail today. So it says this is the spectrum of self-determination. This vertical axis shows how much the individual is self-determined, and the horizontal dotted line, this thing right here, this threshold of independence is very important, because once you cross it and get over this end, you've have some degree of self-empowerment at that point, and your locus of control moves from being at the mercy of external forces, or people, or words, whatever, to circumstances, to internal, like some kind of internal agency or mastery over it. And there's this zone of transformation around it, where that's kind of where I try to situate all of my work. What I try to do is both as a individual as a peer counselor, and with the groups I do, I try to help people that are near this zone of transformation to cross this threshold of independence and find that self-empowerment. So let's see, it shows how much the individual is self-determined, and the horizontal dotted line is the threshold of independence that the individual must cross to maintain and develop their own empowerment. So let's start at the bottom. This zone is the least self-determined. These are the people that are kind of at the mercy of external circumstances, the world, society, their own feelings, emotions, thoughts, because they haven't learned to help determine those either. So people close to the bottom have likely been affected by long-term damage, making them the most difficult people to help. People here are more likely to damage the quality and foundation of programs they're accepted to. This right here, this number 7, is probably the main reason that there's some, not many, but there are some people I keep out of here that I will probably never let in here. And it's for this reason. They have the potential to damage what I'm trying to do here more than they have the potential to contribute positive to it or even benefit from it themselves. My work, like I said, is really situated here and up. So I'm not really trying to create something for these people are going to need something like a level of care way higher than I'm able to provide or trying to provide with this YouTube stream. So, but I do want you to be aware of it as one of the polarities of self-determination, one of the poles. Okay, so the further down this threshold you are, the more challenging to support, the more resource consuming. Again, this is developed from an agency context. It can take exponentially more advanced programs to push upward intensively enough for the individual to reach this zone, which is the goal for me. A lot of empowerment programs are often placed far below this zone. So if you don't get them up to the zone, they're vulnerable to failing more over and over. See, you have these downward forces on this side of the zone that increase the lower and lower you go. So that's what you're vulnerable to when you're on this side of the zone. And this works against your self-determination. And a lot of programs don't begin high enough at this level. And that's one reason I'm very kind of firm about that, and I try to hold this line because I've said before that on my stream I should have one of those, you need to be this high to ride the ride things. You have to have some degree of ability to manage yourself or determine your own experience somehow. I'm not trying to be all things to all people. And oh shit, I had it and I lost it. Okay. So anyway, this is the individual level, and then as you come up, as you cross this threshold of independence and you gain that self-empowerment, you start to stabilize in that, and then the forces begin to move up. That could be things like internal forces that you're developing yourself as part of that process. It could be groups, communities, YouTube streams, whatever, that help to maintain and sustain that push for more self-determination. So this is the individual level. I think you kind of get the idea on that. And now I'm going to switch to the group level, or the, hey, Bexx. Oh, yeah, I just started. You didn't miss anything. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Bexx. Good to see all of you. We're talking self-determination. And now I'm going to look at it from like what I'm going to call the stream level, or the YouTube level. So this is like each individual channel, like what I'm trying to do here, this stream that I do every day. Machine has one, Flow, Talcott, etc. You know the usual players. I used to always say, right, it really is like my stuff really is, and I know this about myself as an individual. I know this about the groups I create, which is an extension of me as an individual. And It's very much the mechanical bull. People stay on the ride as long as they can, and I know at some point the majority of them are going to fall off. They're going to fall off of me as a person. They're going to fall away from groups and projects I'm doing. Um, I've been told before I'm too intense, or I've told that story one time. I've had coworkers say to me that I work at too high of a standard than they're used to working at, and it makes the rest of them look like they're doing less, and it's throwing all of them off, like that kind of stuff. So, um, I forgot what's going. Oh yeah. So really, like I've said this on stream before multiple times, but I'm really targeting people at that threshold or that have crossed it and can help others cross it. That's what I'm looking to collaborate with. That's the team I'm trying to form. The stream has multiple purposes, and of course, two of them have always been education. It's a place I would hope people can come here and learn something from it, either from me or from one of the panelists or from just the conversation itself or maybe the comments. So I've always wanted there to be an educational element and a reciprocal, like a learning and teaching element, not just a didactic one of just me passing on information. Um, and entertainment was the other one. I say all the time, this is an entertainment channel. This is an entertainment channel. And it really is. I want people to enjoy coming here, have a good time. We cut up a lot. We play with the drama. So I want us to be able to have fun. I call myself fun-telligent. I'm intelligent, but I like to have a good time doing it. I don't like it to be too dry and just stuffy and technical. So education and entertainment. But above that, I'm realizing, or what I'm starting to realize, because it's kind of trying to be two things, and I don't think that those two things can be perfectly in harmony at all times. So the first thing it's always set out to be is that third place, the Wikipedia concept. What's his face? Not Irving Goffman. Let me at least give him some credit and get his name right. And we've gone over these characteristics of the third place before. Ray Oldenburg. Okay. So came up with the concept of the third place. Like it's not your home, it's not your workplace. It's kind of that third place where you can go and meet people and connect. And there's kind of a leveling element to it. There's not a lot of hierarchy. All types can mix, and everybody's kind of at the same level. And so it's your community center, your drop in, your coffee shop, your pub, your gaming store, etc. You just go and you have your little group that hangs out there, and you're all more or less on the same plane. So there's this horizontal breadth to it. And then I'm realizing that in addition to that entertainment and education mission, hey Frank, speaking of entertainment, I think above and beyond that, and this is where we get into higher values, like I'm discovering a higher value than simply entertainment or simply education, because you can get that on YouTube a lot. Like you can get entertainment. There's thousands of places for that. There's thousands of places for education. So I do want to provide that, but I'm learning that even more than that, I want this to be helpful. It's the kind of work I did in real life before I started the channel. It's the kind of work I did virtually 2020 and beyond. Well, you didn't get it from me. And that's really what I'm called to do. I want it to be helpful. There's a certain type of people that I've found in my work that's kind of challenging for a lot of people to help. I seem to be good with that particular type. So if my skills can be of help and match that, get connected to the people that can benefit from, that's what I want more than even those other two things. So you were gonna tell me. Yeah. Well, after that movie last night, I was gonna go do that anyway. We finished Baby Reindeer, and oh boy, do I have thoughts. We're gonna do a panel on it. I was not prepared for that the middle of the show and beyond. So we'll touch on that at another point. Yeah, you can. What I'm going to do is I'm starting to, like, at least for Mental Health Month, I'm going to present a short topic, and then I'll post the link and open the panel, and people can come up and contribute to the topic or talk about anything else after that. It'll go back to third place mode. But I want to try to do some little bit of educational stuff for Mental Health Month. Okay, did I share the program screen yet? No, I didn't. Okay. See, I got to yakking. All right. Okay, this is the stream level, the group level. Okay, programs or streams or YouTube channels have their own magnetic forces pulling in participants. Programs at the bar, streams at the bottom will drag people down, punishing empowerment and encouraging dependence. I will just point this out without commentary. You can probably make your own associations here. This is definitely not one of the streams I'm trying to be, because one of the fundamental principles of that third place concept is that participation is voluntary. People are free to come and go as they please. Nobody's obligated to be here. My assumption is that if you are here, it is because you want to be here. You're voluntarily here. You get something out of it. You choose to participate. You're here to troll, entertain yourself, whatever. But it's voluntary, and I'm not going to stop you from leaving. That's also part of the voluntary and the autonomy of it. So I'm definitely not trying to discourage dependent. In fact, if people got too dependent on this stream, I would become a little concerned, actually, and try to explore that and maybe help them find something more than just this stream that could address that level of need. So again, like we're at streams now that are closer to this zone of transformation. I really want to show this chart more to show the potential that I see in these streams, and what I'm trying to make my stream to be an example of, and the potential in several streams coming together to form a community, which we'll look at next. So programs that are closer to this empowerment zone will foster empowerment and set minimum boundaries to protect everyone's mobility and self-determination. So I have been setting a few kind of rough boundaries lately that you've seen as situations emerge, and I identify every group I've ever started. And this was the principle that was used by the people that started the groups that helped me. So this was something I kind of picked up from the programs that were helpful to me when I was younger. I don't have preconceived notions of any kind of group. I kind of see who shows up, who is here to participate in the group, and who is looking to get what out of the group. And then I kind of start to build the group around their needs. So it's not me fitting people into an existing group. It's me kind of scaffolding a group around the individual needs of the people that show up, as long as it's like aimed at this larger goal of self-determination. So every group I have, I start with no rules at all, and I see what people are capable of their own. And then as rules or structure or these guardrails or minimum boundaries are needed, I start to add them in. And I've been doing it lately, more so for Mental Health Month, because this is really the first time that I've tried to shift from this third place model to this more vertical, targeted model of trying to advance to another level of where we are now, which brings us to this vertical journey upward through the threshold of independence to self-determination. So I'm learning that in making that shift, there's going to be a need for some of these minimum boundaries, and that's what we've seen emerging. And I'm not perfect. I'm not going to get it right. It's experimental. I invite collaboration, but that's kind of my experience with trying to get the program to be one closer to the zone, which is still my goal and mission. And this kind of shows some potential. And again, this is agencies and nonprofits. So there's more opportunities the higher you get at the programs that see, like this kind of empowerment is in the forms of jobs, scholarships, leadership positions. I would love to be able to offer that empowerment at some point. And then if you empower people to enough level, they can begin to create their own programs and do mentoring that helps the people at the lower stages learn to empower and start their journey upward, etc. So if you do it right, it could be a positive cycle that continuously empowers from the bottom upward. And one of my goals is to at least be here to help people move from here into this threshold of independence. Now, that's the next thing I want to talk about. Oh, hey, Frank. Hey, MoOse, what's up? Oh, yeah, I definitely want to see the garden. I'm not even a gardener, and watching your little streams of is making me want to have a garden for some reason. It just looks so like mentally, I don't know. There's something that just seems like it would recharge me if I got to go garden and play around in the dirt. So this zone of transformation, one reason I think we don't see more people that show up close to it or on the other side of it, that is the trial by fire. That is the hero's journey. That is the ordeal, the encounter with the dragon or the demon or whatever. Like that is where you face your darkest obstacles, whether internal or external, overcome. And then as a result of that, the self-empowerment comes and begins to develop. And you hang on to that. And there's different types of people, different groups, different needs to grow and maintain that. And so you're in that upper zone at that point. And so that's very difficult. Like to have expected the majority of people to have transition and made it through that zone of independence is not very reasonable to me. So you kind of just have to take people where they are. I'm just trying to mostly target around that upper yellow, lower half of the threshold of independence and above. So let's look at the community level real quick, which is the potential that we've talked about on here before for several streamers to come together. We've talked about creating a website, a streaming network, having like a common channel that everybody streams to continuously, so there's always something to watch, etc. So if we unite streams into a community, this next graphic is going to look at that level of it. And this one, for some reason, is not letting me focus as much. So I'll just kind of have to read it to you. So every program or stream or channel chooses their foundational values. And like I said, I posted that video from 3 years ago. My foundational value has always been autonomy, self-determination, personal agency, independence, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's definitely the value of this stream, as it was of my previous podcast, and the videos talk about all that. So this has been a consistent value with me. So every program, like any level, even the programs down here designed to help the really challenging people with high self-determination needs, you can foster self-determination at any of these levels if you know what you're doing. And the goal is to do so because you're trying to get people to go. Like if you can just give them one little nudge or bump up to the next level, that may be all the difference that may be all that they need, all the difference you need to make. Programs, groups, and community members cultivate a larger shared foundation together. So just as each individual channel is formed around a set of values, if you have several channels that are able to form around a larger shared set of values, that gives the opportunity to get to that community level of self-determination support. And we've Chris and I know on some of the past streams have even talked about what some of those values could be that we organize a larger community around. The greater foundation carries the weight of everyone of all of the up and down forces. Increased dependence programs produce more dependence, pulling the entire community down. So your community, depending on how you create it, can either help people move up or pull them downwards. And effective programs develop their foundation, which is what I was trying to do here and still am, and improve their own self-determination over time. And then gradually, as people move out of these programs into this throne of this threshold of independence, then the community itself can begin to change direction. If enough members in the community change direction, the community itself can begin to change. So if there's enough streams / programs, if there's enough individuals who have this as a value, that are creating channels that center this as a value, that can come together and form a community that centers this as a value, and on the individual level, feed to the group, feed to the community, the entire community has the potential, at least in theory, to move. And I have seen this happen in some communities and in some real life communities and groups I've been a part of. So it's not something that I haven't seen happen before with the right people and the right know-how. And then high level individuals, groups, and communities build deeper wealth based on self-determination, creating resources and strategies to empower people more difficult to help. Over time, communities produce more people capable of helping those further and further below the zone. And we've kind of seen the community come together already. People like Chris and people come here that need to talk or need support. And it just, the more self-empowered each individual it can be, the more power it gives the community to be that for the rest of the people that can't. Okay, I'm going to put the stream up now. I mean the link, and y'all can come on and chat. And turn on the light. The red light is on. Okay, welcome. And again, I do encourage you to send any comments or questions that you want me to talk about at the beginning of the streams, and I'll start addressing those. Otherwise, tomorrow I think I'll talk about positive maladjustment and resistance, and perhaps the relationship between those. Can we go for a community? Yeah, you're gonna have to wear antlers for sure, but yeah, I could probably pull that off for you. That's, I'm saying, community support. Like we were talking yesterday about, Chris had a failed cooking show. I know Barnabas had a failed cooking show, and he's trying to have a successful stream, so we're trying to help him do that. And Chris had or wants to have a failed cooking show or something, so we're going to try to help him do that. And I'm trying to launch my career as the world's least funny comedian, and so people are going to help me with that, etc. So it's all community support. Yes, take off their socks if you're wearing socks. Your socks might already be off. Your socks, your pantyhose, whatever. I think Frank's just trying to. Frank, stop that. Okay. Well, now anyway, back to open panel. NeuroJack, if you want to come and talk. MoOse, anybody else? I'm here, sitting on the porch. You're wearing slippers. Just alts. Well, I might play a little short video and go get a refill then, and be right back. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to send Chris the link too. He's. I'll get Chris on here. Okay, cool. I'll wait for Chris and then I'll go get my refill. So I'll entertain you, and educate, entertain, and potentially help if anybody needs it. Like Frank says, we're here to help. Well, we learned from that movie last night too that all you need is like one big major realistic convincing public breakdown to go viral, and I think I could pull that off with the right like prompting, the right trolling. I think we could catalyze something like that. And I could probably even make it authentic, or at least convincing. The TikTok crowd's pretty easy to fool. I imagine we could pull off a viral breakdown and not have to overwork it. We have the entire panel verse to work with, so we could do it. All right, here is Mr. Chris. Hello, hello.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? You're still at Texarkana, I see.
Yep.
What's the update?
I don't know. Juniper was kind of sick this morning, so we had to take her to the doctor.
Oh no, is she okay?
She's fine. Just a little cold. Just got her some medication and stuff. She's fine. We're trying to get her to take a nap right now. She's not.
She'll go spend another day.
Yeah, probably. But I leave in the morning. Yeah, she was. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Did I mention my Spanish ancestors?
Yeah, you've talked about it many times.
I mean, today.
No.
Oh, just wondering where that came from.
Oh. Oh yeah. I'm just you. I just your face. I thought was enough to associate it, but
Dr. Matador, huh? Okay, that's cool.
do you think so? People have been telling me to team up with Talcott, but again, I just showed that self-determination chart, so I'll let you make your own determination about that idea. I am looking for collaborators at that zone that I'm trying to work in. So if you do know any others, please send them my way.
Trying to figure out what happened to my phone bill. I got all screwed up. Can't seem to get into my AT&T thing to. All right. I missed some of the topic. I heard like.
Oh, I went over. You know those charts I post periodically about self-determination that show the. I went over those and on an individual level, a group level, which in this case would be like the individual channel level, and then the potential for multiple channels to come together and form a community centered around a common set of values like self-determination.
Sounds good. Yep. Yeah. What I saw what Neurojack said he wanted to come up. I don't know where you at, Neurojack.
All these jacks. Yeah, MoOse, you are the second or third person to suggest that. Jack's always welcomed here. He's been here before.
He's been on the show before, yeah. Like us more than once.
I would have no problem sitting down with Jack and having a talk. Me and Jack, just we do similar work. We have similar styles of channels a little bit. Like I think his is not a bad model structure. Like not necessarily speaking to the content, because I think his content is different, but the template that he uses is not a bad template for something moving beyond just a third place kind of hangout into something more targeted. And like I said, I could start doing the day streams where there's like a little educational piece at the beginning, then more of a discussion, or maybe we'll have guests, and then an evening stream that's more third place, hangout, open panel like we've been doing. I think there's room for this individual channel to be a range of both experiences. And when they harmonize, that's great, but I know they're not always going to. So I have to prioritize one or the other at any given moment. Oh, wow. You would probably know more about that than even me. I don't even think I've seen a gerbil. I don't even think I've touched a gerbil. They're like a hamster. I had a friend that had a hamster.
I think that I have it look like a gerbil's been stuck for a few hours.
No,
I guess I don't know what that means.
Oh, is he?
I mean, you know, whatever, man. Like, I mean, I can't even be offended by it because I don't even understand it.
Yeah, I agree, Auntie. I can support that.
Yeah, no, I got no problems not discussing that.
So, well, anything on your mind lately? Or do you have anything to say about
I had
mental
to,
health?
I had to run around to find a place that took the state Medicaid thing
Oh,
for
for Juniper.
Juniper. So that took a while this morning, and finally got her to see a doctor and got her old medication and brought her back here and tried to get her to eat some of that. The main reason I took her was because she wasn't eating, and a kid loves to eat. So if she's not eating, like I knew there's something actually wrong because she was, I mean, she was a little warm and was like a little runny nose, but that kids just do that. But you
Mm.
know, but she's an eater, so if she wasn't eating, there had to be something going wrong. So yeah, I just had that on my mind today, and then just I hadn't really been home that long. Got home like about an hour ago or so, and just came up here. So that's about
Okay.
it. Medicaid should be yeah, I know it is upsetting. Medicaid is, and well, Medicaid state by state. That's part of the problem.
I am actually quite impressed with Washington State. Well, yeah, I don't know how it is in Texas, but Washington State, it almost works too perfectly. I'm suspicious. It shouldn't
I mean,
work. No healthcare
if
system should work
if
this
you
good.
get Medicaid in Texas, if you can get it, it's great. But getting Medicaid, actually getting signed up for it, like just even like with our no income, like for some reason me and Lindsay don't qualify. Um,
Did
even
they
though we
tell
should.
you the reason?
It just said that we just didn't qualify. They never give you never give detailed reasons.
Is it you do it online through a website? Is an automated application? Oh, I have see. I'm not into managing people's egos. I have my own ego. I'm trying to manage, and so I don't know how to contact Talcott. Like, just do I go in his channel in the comments and say, "Hey, Jack, let's collab"? Besides, speaking of like up and down like the arrows and the direction you're moving in, I'm not sure, Jack. I'm not sure what direction he's moving in lately. I haven't checked in on him in a bit. And then even me, like, I'm not sure what my arrows are going to do soon either. The expanded Medicaid, yeah, that's what we have in here in Washington, and it's just been pretty much everyone I've worked with in my career since they started it has been on it, more or less. Well, anything going on in the discords today? We finished Baby Reindeer. We're gonna do a stream on it. Midbro, if you're out there, we need to set that up. You were you're one of those people that arrive at just the right time. I had a friend like you. He was my ex-convict friend, two-time ex-convict, and we would do mushrooms together. We were really close, and he had all this wisdom. And he would just show up in my life at random times, just when I needed to hear what he had to say. And he called himself the old man in the woods. And he's like, I'm the old man in the woods, and I show up when you need me. And you were like the old man in the woods the other day because you dropped that movie at just the right time, or I needed to see it somehow because it unlocked some stuff in me too. And yeah, we need to talk. So let me know and we'll set that up. I know there's some other people that said they're interested in a discussion about it. So yeah, I did. I did hear that was I think I was in high school when that came out. And we had a weatherman back home that was on the news, and the rumor about him was he had to go to the ER, and they had to take it was either a pickle or a frozen sausage, but they had to do surgery on him, and so he had that reputation for years and years and years.
Dude,
He was
it
they
probably
called him
wasn't even
Pickle Butt. That was his nickname, is
it
Pickle
probably wasn't
Butt.
even a rumor because like I mean like there was that used to be that show like Stories from the ER that like I mean 90% of the stories on that show were people getting things removed from their anus. It was ridiculous. Like
Wait,
actually
there's a
used to hear
whole show, and 90% of the content was
it was a show that used to be
other
on
stuff.
TV like a long time ago when I was younger. It was called like it was something like Stories from the ER or something like that. And it would just be like these like it'd be like all these
Yeah,
crazy stories from ERs and they would do like the recreations of them or whatever. You know, they have like the
they used to
recreation.
they used to have one that showed the surgery. What even recreations? It was like on
Yeah,
Discovery
some of them
Channel
would
or
show
something.
that
And they
too,
would
but
go in the operating room, and they would show the people get cut open and show the organs get operated on. It was
yeah,
gorier than any horror movie I'd ever seen.
oh
And
by
they had
far.
one where a guy was getting a vasectomy, and they showed the entire thing. They showed him cut it open, and the tubes and the cut and all. In fact, I need to go off camera for a sec. I can't watch that.
Well, I mean, I'm not watching it. It's not there.
No, I'm just saying those shows
Yeah.
are out there. He's right, and yes, they're not
I'm
one.
just saying, like, I remember, like, there. I mean, I
I'd
just don't
rather
think
watch
any
Saw.
as
All
soon
I
as
gotta deal with.
as many episodes as I saw, I never used to watch it even. Like, I would just like flip by it, and like, I never saw.
Yeah, they'd be
I,
like, I'd walk by the TV, somebody would be watching, and I'd catch 2 frames of it, and I
yeah,
couldn't even like watch that. They were so horrified.
90% of every time I ever stopped by that show, it was always somebody that had something up their butt. It was like something like that you wouldn't believe could be up somebody's butt, and you'd be like, okay, and I'd
Do
so I
you
changed the
have
channel.
you have a sample you want to treat us to?
No, I don't. I
Oh,
was like, I don't know. I don't even know what that show, what even channel that show was on. It was on when I was a teenager. I don't know. It
Ninja
was like old.
Turtles.
That's old like afternoon cable stuff that used to be on. I'm just saying, but like I totally believe any of those stories about somebody having such and such removed from their butt because like it probably is true. It's probably true.
Well, it just made me glad I was gay, Frank. That's all I know. I'm not. Frank, what's happening on the in the server today? Since we're through with that other movie and almost finished with Survivor. We'll
Well,
find something.
there's always more Survivor.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is true. The next season, I've already seen it. We're gonna watch the first episode to see if Frank to check his tolerance level. They have an autistic guy. He's a mega spurg, and he is the show. Like he ends up dominating that show. So if you can't tolerate him, it's not worth sitting through the season. I almost quit watching Survivor because of this one character.
well, I mean, just because you stop watching one season doesn't mean you have to stop watching the show altogether. There's always next season, right? Yeah.
There's no presidents of the server. The server doesn't need a president. Everyone's self-governing enough that I've never had to step in, other than the gifts, and y'all don't listen to me anyway. And Discord doesn't self-empower me to do anything about it. So Venetian blinds. I don't know, Frank. Your bid for president is becoming less and less persuasive.
The president position that doesn't even exist. Yeah.
Were you not happy with Resident
You know
Troll?
what, Frank. Since we don't actually have a president position, you can call yourself president if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to respect
if
it
you
or
can
anything.
convince enough people to go along with it, what the hell?
Have at it, man.
I'm not worried about the Discord. People really are surprisingly behaved there.
Yeah, I agree.
And if anyone's interested in the Discord, we do have it. It's free. There's no catch to it. We just hang out there and watch things and have discussions, and some people game and listen to music, whatever. It's a community hangout space. So you can contact one of us for the invite. And I'll post my Discord name in the channel. There you go. Although we might have a chicken with your name on it. It's one of our slogans. Hey, crusty trombone. I have no idea who you are, but glad you arrived so far. We'll see.
No need to
NBD.
fear NBD and everyone I have arrived.
No
Okay.
bad days. Okay.
Okay. Crusty trombone. That sounds unappealing.
You think Nero's coming up? Maybe he's in a
I don't
dead
know.
spot.
He said he was going to, but yeah, that's
Oh,
I haven't
wow.
seen him in the chat since then.
Auntie might get to join us. That'd be swell. Maybe Chris can hook you up with.
Yeah, I do have those computers. I just don't have money to mail them. But if anybody has can pay for the shipping, then they could have a small little streamable computer. Anyway.
Well, if we don't have any content for the people today,
yeah, I thought I don't really have anything. Is there anything in the news? I don't even know. I don't know if the news.
Not really. There was one little thing. Oh, Israel recovered some hostages. There's some Congress stuff and some Supreme Court stuff that I talked about yesterday. But it's nothing. It's nerd stuff. It's not interesting stuff. So far, it's business as usual in the world. Looks like. Oh, here's Bexx. Yeah, we do. Well, I don't know. We can't. I don't. We attempt to. I don't know what your entertainment taste is. I do know that some people find entertainment here, including myself. I do consider us an entertainment channel. Welcome, Bexx.
The guy that
I just thought I'd bring some. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I was gonna say the guy that attacked Nancy Pelosi's husband or whatever the fuck was going on there. He got sentenced to 30 years in prison. I see that.
Oh.
And apparently there's a fake eyelash off between Marjorie Taylor Greene and AOC.
Oh, I saw something about that. What? What's going on with that? That sounds newsworthy.
Sounds much better than the unsolicited pussy pic I brought up here.
What? Oh.
Well, when did we get the boob?
Yeah, that took me like a full 2 seconds to understand what you meant.
Seriously, when did we get the boob?
The cleavage cam is en route. There's a lot of supplies one needs to buy. Good bras, I don't know, corsets, like camera angles, chin straps. Like there's just so much involved in the cleavage cam.
We'll be patient. It'll be worth
it. Thank you.
Our numbers will soar.
Yeah, because the metaverse is dying to see Bexx boobs. It's fun though. It's fun. At least I appreciate over here we don't get the visceral response of Timmy like OTW, who was like, "Oh, that's what he did." Oh
no, we're not uptight.
It was so funny. He's a young man with a child and a bride. I don't expect him to be interested in the breasts of someone twice his age. It's fine. I just asked if his wife's breasts were okay, and we moved on. Yes.
Hey, what's up? What a shot! Look at like the second coming of Jesus behind you. What's up?
All right, now I can hear you.
Oh.
What's up, guys?
That was quite a shot behind you.
You guys started talking about things I was interested in, so I immediately clicked the StreamYard link. Yeah, of course.
Well,
no, actually, I had just got done cutting a board in half, and I was trying to get up here before Bexx to try to save the broadcast, right? But then she came up, and then I was like, man, now I'm gonna steal some thunder, and I'm gonna feel like a dick. But I'm gonna sit in the background while she talks because she does a great narration, and I'm gonna show you my new garden so far. So
okay,
here we go, folks. No way. You can put her face up. Well, I guess.
No, you can. Yeah, we got to show the garden, but you can narrate as well. We got lots of time. We can share the microphone. pass the baton back and forth.
We'll see it better.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, those are to plant, to go in the ground, or is that the planting? Oh,
This
I
is
see.
the planter.
They're gonna
That's the
grow from
strawberry.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bunch of
Beautiful.
strawberries, marigolds. I got some cucumbers down there. Got some other
Oh.
stuff,
Wow.
but got that little hoot-dinger yesterday. Filled that bad boy up. That took forever. And then I've got all these strawberry plants. Let's see. Let's get a closer look. Boom. There we go.
Oh,
So those are all
wow.
plants that are they'll blow up a little bigger soon. And then got the lettuces right there. Got some bok choy, some Swiss chard.
Oh, love bok choy.
Some real nice lettuce.
Wow, you grow it.
And then we got some thyme, some kale, another big old strawberry plant that I was nursing under some lights. Boom. And then I got like a makeshift bed over here that's falling apart already.
What's in there?
We've got 6 spinach plants, 6 bok choy, 1 Roma tomato, 3 onions, and some room for some other shit. And then I got some more kale and stuff over there, more strawberry plants, some potatoes back there, onions, chard, bok choy, strawberries in there, all kinds of shit. And then some pepper plants up there, rosemary.
Oh yeah.
Then I got more strawberry plants. So
Dang. That's some gardening.
and then I got my little bed with some onions. I got some snap peas in the back. Got some strawberries up front and the onions in the middle. And then a marigold over here. So that'll be a nice flower hopefully soon. But yeah, and then I guess I could take you to what normally is my cannabis station. And it's not the cannabis station anymore.
Is it
right now?
Do you still grow? Is it personal grow, or do you is it part of the industry? That's your cannabis?
No, this isn't cannabis. It used to be a cannabis tent, but no,
okay.
I have a nice tomato plant right here. It's pretty nice and thick. And then these are all blueberries that I grew from sticks.
Oh my God! Look how so tiny! Wow.
They're super tiny, and I'm training them to be as tiny as possible. But yeah, pretty crazy. So it's easy. It's easy to garden. I think it's what's going to be what changes the world is small gardeners, because that's the way you save the seed stock. If you're just getting seeds from big companies, and eventually like the heirloom seeds are going to be gone, and we won't have like red carrots and orange carrots, and orange carrots of course, but you know what I mean. A little ripped.
Well, it makes me want to
take it over, Bexx. It's relaxing.
Hey, Jennifer.
I know. I'm glad you gave that tour, because I would have been like, and here's the money plant, and look at all the weedies growing, and I would have found a way to like riff on the fact that I don't know what any of those plants are. I do know what strawberries look like though. So we needed you to give us the tour. Very inspiring, MoOse.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. I would do this gardening thing.
Oh,
my
shit,
grandparents
sorry.
had a garden growing up, and I would watch my grandfather work in it.
I think it's just like it's something about being in nature, and then when you eat something that you grow, that you know you didn't spray a bunch of pesticides on, that you know you gave it like organic soil and nurtured it and stuff. I don't know, it just tastes so much better. Oh, look it! This little one.
Juniper. Juniper!
Little
Juniper!
Juniper. Are you
Is she
feeling
just
okay?
No, she's not.
No, she's not feeling very good.
Look at her. Oh.
Oh, her little faces. She heard your tone, Moose. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Little cutie.
Yeah, definitely a little cutie.
Now she can hear you.
Oh, she couldn't hear us? Juniper! Juniper!
I had headphones on.
Juniper! Juniper!
Oh, there's a smile.
There you
Look at the one side smile.
Juniper! Juniper!
Is your daughter twice her age, Moose?
Juniper!
Around?
My daughter's 2 years old. How old's Juniper?
Yeah.
1, huh? One
She's
and a half.
1.
Yeah.
Oh,
One.
okay. Yes. So just 1 year older. Yeah. Double.
Yeah, I'm not feeling
Wow, what a
very
little
good.
cutie.
She's a YouTube star.
She is.
She's normally a lot more like camera friendly, but right now she's not feeling very good. She has not had a good day.
Yeah.
She needs some more medicine. I guess.
can see it in her.
I don't know what woke her up, to be honest. She's just sleeping now.
Juniper! Juniper!
Right now.
Juniper! There she is. Juniper!
She's like, yeah. She's like, hi, yeah.
Juniper. Juniper!
She's probably just like the rest of us. It's like, look at me, I'm online. It's me, it's
She says
me.
she loves when Shane lies. He says because he looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, she's talking too. We can hear her,
Well, Bex, what's on your mind? Any mental health?
No, not really. I was up pretty early running some errands this morning. Got some good stuff done and went got some groceries and returned some clothes. When I bought my clothes for my job, I had to they don't have change rooms in some of the places anymore, so you got to buy all the clothes and bring them home and try them on. So
Wait, what?
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can't try clothes on at the store anymore. You have to buy them.
And at Walmart, actually at Walmart,
What?
no change rooms at Walmart, and they're not bringing them back.
I'm gonna go get a refill because I need a process. This is.
I know.
my
Luckily for me,
reality is
though,
collapsing right now.
They
I
still
find
have
it's
them at the Walmart around near my house, but I guess like
yeah, they had them. They have them at other Walmarts in town too, but not the one that I went to. And when I was returning them this morning, I asked if the change rooms were back, like if it was just a matter of sort of because they had readjusted the store, rearranged things to make bigger room for groceries and stuff like that. So, and the lady said, no, I don't know if we're bringing them back. And I was like, okay. Luckily, though, I learned a long time ago. I might be too tired to tell the story of how I learned to ask people for help. I hate shopping, right? I absolutely hate shopping. And so I looked around the clothing department for a woman about my size, because oftentimes people who work in clothing stores buy their clothes at the clothing store. Fancier clothing stores, they have to actually be wearing at least one item that they bought in the store. Not so much in Walmart, but Walmart pays the wage that would dictate that you buy your clothes at Walmart. So anyways, I found a woman around my size and she helped me. I was in and out of there in 15 minutes. It was fantastic. Like, I hate shopping. So it took me 30 days to actually return the size of outfit that didn't fit me. But I did it. So now I'm $40 richer.
That's good.
So, yeah. But other than that, I didn't look at anything in the news today. A few weird
No.
Twitter feeds, but not worth bringing up. Like some German, well, I guess I could, but I don't know, some German politician covered himself in probably Nutella, claimed it was fecal matter, and sensationalized something. I saw that in the news. So you can tell by my just that statement alone, my Twitter feed isn't really newsworthy.
We must have different feeds. I didn't get the Nutella story.
Yeah, I just think it's funny how much people believe. I mean, I've had my own journey out here in how easily I was swayed to believe specific things, and
yeah, me too. I've had it happen to me. Like really intelligent people
It
that
happens.
seem like they're talking about can be very persuasive, especially if there's multiple of them, all kind of reinforcing each other. And I'm like, well, look, all the smart people are saying this.
Yep.
And then eventually realize there are no smart people, though.
Well, there are smart people, but nobody's 100% perfect smart. So there's always, you can't rely on just intelligence alone as for like expert. I don't know. It's mixed. Like I agree with Matt Walsh about 90% of the time, and the other 10%, I think he's absolute ignorant. Same with Andrew Wilson and all those other people. Same with P.F. Jung. Hopefully the same with me. I don't think any one person.
You
like
watch Identity with Rayla, and I suppose if you want to watch Identity, you have to watch Adaptation first, though, because
I'll watch Adaptation with y'all. I've seen Identity.
Well, I mean, you realize like Identity is basically the movie that Donald caught the brother character is writing in Adaptation. It's like the same movie. And I saw the trailer for Identity. The first time I saw the trailer for it was on the front of Adaptation. No, it's not. But just listen to the plot of the movie that his brother is writing in Adaptation, right? And then watch Identity. It's the same movie. And that trailer was on the front of Identity when I went and saw it the first time. So I just think it's hilarious.
But it's not designed to be.
It wasn't. It was like one of those grand, like it was like those grand,
you see a similarity between Identity and
it's the most grand, awesome coincidences that just happens to be like that.
Oh, okay.
It's just funny to think of the fact. I mean, the fact that I just can't believe that that trailer. I first saw that trailer for Identity on the front of Adaptation, and then I watched Adaptation, and I'm like watching it, and I'm not thinking back to that trailer the whole time I was watching the movie, and I was like, this seems familiar. They do too, Daniel Bryce. You're just a contrarian that doesn't like fun.
Yeah, Frank, it is good. We can watch that today. I haven't seen it in a while.
I don't think I've seen either of them.
Oh, John, maybe we should do a double feature and do John Malkovich. That's such a good
that one. I have seen being John Malkovich, but it would definitely be worth. It would be worth watching again. When I didn't like that kind of that level of abstraction when it came out, so I was looking at it.
Adaptation is the one he did right after that, and then yeah, Identity is a completely separate movie, but y'all can watch it too. Do a double feature.
And Nicolas Cage produced all those movies or directed, whatever the term would be?
He stars in Adaptation. He's the main character.
But John Cusack is in both being John Malkovich and Identity.
I liked it, Daniel.
And John Cusack appears in Adaptation alongside Catherine Keener as being as becoming friendly towards Donald Kaufman, his fake brother character, which is just part of the fun of the imagined being John Malkovich's pretentious horseshit. Okay, well, me and you definitely won't get along on movies then, Daniel. That's all I can say. I don't think being John Malkovich. Frank,
I don't think he's on the Discord. I don't think you have to worry. But he's certainly invited.
No, he's certainly invited, but
Well, I would say in general, that Nicolas Cage and John Cusack are both relatively pretentious actors.
What does
I'm
that
not
mean
a
for an actor? I thought
well. I
acting
just mean like their roles they play. Even that. Well, I know that both of them are quite well known to not be very social on set. Not that I'm saying that means they're pretentious, but from my perspective, I don't like John Cusack much. I don't like Nicolas Cage much. They have this air of snootiness about them. Now I'm projecting all that. They're just actors. I don't know anything about them, but I can enjoy their movies. I find they're not as diverse actors as people might make them out to be, but not that people need to be. Some characters out there in Hollywood play the same character in all their movies. That's who they are.
Like Steven Seagal or Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
in every movie, it doesn't matter what role he plays, he's always Tom Cruise.
Plays Tom Cruise. Yes, I've said that over. That's my biggest criticism of Tom. And he plays
like
in some really good movies, but he's always Tom Cruise.
Yeah, David Schwimmer also plays David Schwimmer. I think John Cusack is, they more versatile than either of those characters. But he is a friend of mine was someone who did consistency in Hollywood sets, or well, in movie sets, I should say, when they come up to Canada and stuff. She was in Toronto and BC. She's done both places, and she's a big fan of John Cusack, and she knows all this stuff about him. And she ended up with, I guess, one of his candles from his. Anyways, doesn't matter. My point is, she said he's a very hard man to. That he's very particular about not associating with people when he's making a movie. And he could just be an anxious, antisocial person, and I'm calling him pretentious because he has money.
Maybe
he did play. He played Beach Boys lead singer guy.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. I forgot about that.
He did a great job in that and didn't.
He was Brian Wilson.
Yeah, he played Brian Wilson, the older Brian Wilson. He did a great job in that.
I saw that. That was a great biopic. I didn't remember.
And even Nicolas Cage definitely has his Nicolas Cage movies where he's just being Nicolas Cage. Look, Nicolas Cage also has, well, for example, Adaptation. He plays two characters simultaneously in that movie. Like it's one of those like showy type things. But the two characters that have the same outfit and the same and he completely differentiates them. You can always tell which one is which just by their body language and the way they stand and the way they. I mean, I think Nicolas Cage is amazing. I think he's like he's probably one of the best actors of all time, to be honest.
He's a Coppola, hey? His name's Nicholas Coppola. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm freezing.
And I bet you that Nicolas Cage is actually older than his bio says he is. I only say, and it's not uncommon in Hollywood or in film to fudge the numbers on height and age a little bit. But when there's an interview I saw with him in the early 80s, late 70s, where he's hopping up on, I can't remember what late night talk show it was, but he comes in there strutting in there. He definitely seems to be on some sort of stimulant narcotic. Like he is like Tom Cruise on the couch almost for Nicolas Cage. And it's in that interview that at least for me, I felt like he really didn't seem as young as they were painting him out to be. And I don't mean that like, oh, liar, creepy old guy. I'm just saying it's in that interview where I really saw a maturity about, even though he was high as fuck, a maturity about Nicolas Cage and his presentation that I'd never really seen. He's supposed to be so much younger then. But yeah, I agree. I think Nicolas Cage is super versatile. He's done a lot of movies, fantasy kind of movies that aren't my style. But when it comes down to it, he's got his own. He's like a modern day Fonz with depth, I should say. Like he's got that air of you can't fucking shake him. He's just a confident, competent, kind
good
of.
in good area.
Yeah, a bit douchey, but confident about it.
I liked him in Wild at Heart too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Wild at Heart or like what's the Port of Call New Orleans, the Bad Lieutenant Port of Call New Orleans. He's amazing in that. He's amazing in. I mean, anytime he's playing unhinged, he's always at his best. But like in Adaptation, he plays two like really like really low key characters, and like I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think he does a lot of like shit movies though. He has a lot of like I mean really shitty movies sometimes. Like there's a couple of movies that I've seen that were like direct to video movies of his that it's staggering to think that they were able to get Nicolas Cage to be in that movie because like this is a guy that literally I don't know if he's ever won, but he's definitely been nominated for Oscar for Best Actor several times. Very much very much deserved it for adaptation, if anything, if nothing else. And yet there's he's been in movies. What movies I started in? I've started, but I've written some, Jonathan. But I never try to be an actor. So.
Although he does have a script we're trying to read through. So
he did win Best Actor in a Leading Role for just a second. I have to see what it says.
Looking forward
Next,
to his
he won
Best Actor in
Leading Las Vegas.
Oh, Leaving Las Vegas. That's right.
Oh, he was nominated for adaptation. Yeah, I remember. I didn't think it was that great. It was okay. That was his only 2 nominations for Best Actor.
Oh yeah, he got nominated for Best Actor in Adaptation, but he'd already won it once in 1996. And sometimes, it's hard to win an award twice, even if you've outdone yourself.
Oh, he got nominated for Dream Scenario. Wow. Oh, that was Golden Globe. But still, it's good technology.
He was good in that.
Do you know that they have a Dallas-Fort Worth Film Critics Association?
No.
I think I've seen that before. I don't know anything about it, but I think I've seen that listed before.
See if they'll come on the show. What
there's
movies?
There's a lot of Dallas groups that.
I was in a movie. It used to be online, but I can't find it anymore. Yeah, Jacques Lacan. Yeah. He was like one of the post-Freudians that revised some of Freud's work.
Yeah, but the thing is, he has a model that is far departed from Freud and Jung, and it's actually a model that makes sense, unlike the behaviors stuff. So,
yeah, there's a lot of people that follow Lacan's model.
Yeah, like I couldn't find him because I found him through Zizek, one of Zizek's videos. So yesterday, so I didn't know Lacan existed till yesterday. I checked Psychology today, and there's like 3 people that say anything about Lacan, and it's not that many people. So I mean, on the totality side, there's 3 people.
Cool.
So it doesn't seem all that influential in the United States, at least.
No, he's more continental. I think was he French?
Yes, he was French. But he's filling a lot of holes to models I've been constructing myself, so I'm gonna read more into him. But he doesn't seem to be in the zeitgeist at United States psychology at the moment. I suspect it's probably because his stuff won't help him sell, consultation units because he's for letting go of the commercialism and stuff. So, and he started practice of having shorter sessions and if everyone's selling stuff in blocks, and he has his ideas just to get to the point. But that's probably not going to be popular.
Well, if it works for you, though, that's what's important. Like if his motto works for whatever you're trying to do, then
yeah, but I guess.
Well, anybody else have anything to say?
No, I'm excited to watch a movie in Discord. I'm not going to lie about that.
Well, let's I guess let's wind this one down and
All right, give me 30 seconds.
Sure. Oh, hang on. Let me put you up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not putting my picture on because I have a rake in my hand. Thank you for coming to the stream today. Jeff puts a lot of time, energy, and affection into what he does, and Chris as well, and all the other panelists, Bex, and even Hank. Hank, the sexiest panelist on here, aside from myself.
By far.
And if you could just hit the like button, if you could share it with your friends, there might be somebody out there who needs someone to talk to. Somebody who needs like a almost like a Jack Talcott father figure, because MoOse is here for him. But that's not why you're gonna like, share, and subscribe to the stream. You're gonna do that for Jeff and Chris. So do that. I'm gonna get out of here. You'll never have to hear me again until you do. Peace.
Sean, what do I think of the Dune movies? The first one I did not care for that much until I saw the second one, and I thought the second one made the first one a lot better to me. I really enjoyed the second one, and then I went back and watched the first one, and because I didn't know Dune well enough to understand what was going on in the first one. I don't know. So like the second one filled in a lot of backstory that I didn't get in the first one, and so like I think but I'm a huge fan of the director, Denis Villeneuve. I think Arrival is one of the best films. Is like the best film of the last 10 years. So I've said that many times before. So anyway, that's
the
what I
Dune
think.
movies make me want to read the books. I've never read the series, and I know I should. I love.
Have you seen this? Have you seen part 2?
The newest Dune movie?
Yeah.
No.
I would highly recommend it over. I would actually recommend it if someone hadn't seen either one of them. I'd say watch the second one first.
Cool.
To be honest.
Good to know. Yeah, they go way more. I mean, as with most series like that, or most movies made from a series of books, right? You get so much more depth from the book. But I know they've done a good rendition of not keeping all of the details of the Dune series in, and obviously didn't try to do the whole series. But I also wanted to say, Jeff, I really appreciate this new approach that you're taking. I really like the beginning of the stream. I found it really applicable to what we do out here. And even talking about Nicolas Cage being in movies, lesser known movies, that's like probably to uplift some of his friends in production, or, trying to help people move up, up in their own stratosphere.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've said that about the bigger streamers, that they should come on the smaller channels that they like and help them, like, do the same thing for the YouTube ecosystem that
exactly
for up and coming actors, except not the All About Eve type.
Yeah. Well, today
that make a good
really
plot for a streaming movie.
True. Yeah, I think we're not far off. Netflix starting to produce
a big YouTube channel takes on a mentors this up and coming streamer.
But what about like communism for clout? Like we redistribute the clout. We take all the clout away from the bigger streamers and we redistribute the smaller ones.
I wouldn't be down. I wouldn't be behind that. I would want them to have their clout. I wouldn't want to take anything away.
It was a joke. I just thought it would be funny. That's the one thing.
I just would not make a good communist. I'm realizing.
No, I wouldn't either. I just think it'd be hilarious to be the one thing that would probably change Hassan Piker's mind on communism. I mean, if someone actually came to take his clout away.
Take his. Well, we could try him for the experiment. Vosh and Hassan. We can start with their clout and see what happens. They'd be the least likely to have grounds to complain.
They'd be like, "No, this is my clout. I got this on my own. Like, this is something that I earned myself." Nah, ain't nobody earned nothing on their own, buddy. It belongs to everyone.
That's what I like about the banking system of YouTube. There's infinite amount of subscriptions that the people can actually give, but there's only so much time and attention in a day that that a viewer can watch, right? So you're still competing for watch time hours. And if you actually look at the percentages of subs to viewers on live streams and stuff, I don't think there's a huge difference between big channels and little channels. In fact, I would say, yeah. Mm-hmm. So then it really comes down to understanding how the algorithms work, right? If people are a sub to a whole bunch of large channels they don't watch anymore.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that YouTube can only give you so many live notifications in a day, right? There's just if you think of the number
When you
of
say
viewers, the number of people.
what are you talking about? The little bell in the corner that lights
Yeah,
up
the bell, when you have someone saying you've got all notifications. So I want to know every time Jeff goes live, right? If I have too many people that go live at noon every day on all notifications, right?
Is
Then
that
in
how
essence,
most people are finding out about live? I never use that at all. I go to my subscription tab and it lists in chronological order who is live currently and then the most recent videos from all my subscriptions. And that's what I thought people were pulling up on YouTube to check who was live. I didn't know they were relying on their notifications because
a
that
lot
means
of
they have
people,
to take an extra step of turning on the notifications.
yeah, you hear a lot of people saying I have all bells on. Oh, just that.
I thought they were going
Sorry.
to YouTube and then they like, oh,
Yeah,
look, Jeff and Chris are live now. Let me go check out their channel.
Yeah, there is that too, and I think people do that, but I think a lot of people depend on being notified when people go live, especially people who don't have a set time. And if people have too many bells on, if you imagine the big system of the YouTube computer giving everybody all their bells, they can only give you so many bells at noon in a day,
Well, they
right?
need to get better technology. They're a multi-billion-dollar mega tech company. They can come up with ways to expand their bell.
For sure.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes, like I know for me, I turned, if I'm still sub to some of the bigger channels, I turned all bells off and bare minimum.
I didn't know people were, I didn't know that was the main way people were like relying on getting notifications. I never even think about
Well, it's nice too. Yeah, if people have a stream set up like you do ahead of time, you get a half an hour notification like Jeff's going live in half an hour. And then you get another notification when Jeff goes live, so a lot of people who flash up live streams and you're even better suited to say, I'm going live in half an hour and letting the people get setting a stream up half an hour later than right now, if you want to go live right now. And then people get
you mean like make a video saying I'm about to go live and then half an hour later go live?
No. What I'm saying is say for myself, I tend to flash up live streams and just go live. But I've learned that what I'll do is I flash up a live stream. I say I'm going live in 35 minutes. So 5 minutes from the time I set it up, they get a notification. Bexx is going live in 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then if I go live sooner, it sends another one out saying Bexx is live now, right? So at least
Daniel,
people get 2 bells.
I'm curious, how do you know that we're on? You just know to come here at the same time? If you're not subscribed, can you subscribe for us? Just for the number. You could take it away after we get 500. I don't want to force people to subscribe if that's not your thing. But how do you know about us? You just kind of, when you see that we're on, you drop by? Anyway, just curious.
Well, I'll sign off and I'll see you guys over watching a movie in a bit. Thank you very much, Jeff. Like I said, I really appreciate the time and attention and affection, as MoOse said, that you put into it's such a, you can be so concise. It's really appreciated. Not the things, I'm not someone who necessarily values like fewer words, as people know. But I really, today was a fantastic presentation before you opened up panel. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to the next time.
I'll do another one tomorrow. I think I'll talk about positive maladjustment.
I know that one sounds interesting. That one sounds like something I need to watch. So I'll see you there tomorrow, and I'll see you later in Discord. Bye for now.
Okie doke. I'm going to grab snacks and be on my way. Well, we're watching Adaptation with Nicolas Cage. So if anybody wants to join us for that. It's a Charlie Kaufman movie. He's the guy that did Being John Malkovich, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Synecdoche, New York, etc., etc. You set a reminder. Oh, okay. So, well, hopefully people can find us when they need to and get the word out to their friends. I'm trying to use not the algorithm, but the social net, like the human network. I'm trying to get people to, through word of mouth, pass it on to other humans through their friends, community, etc. Like I think we'd get instead of like a machine sending out word and having strangers see it and come to the stream, which the idea is that it's targeted, like what I'm doing here on the stream matches what these strangers are interested in, so it's targeted already toward their interest. But instead of that, I'm trying to use the people that already come here and bring in more people through the people they know, like the next layer of separation, and so that the community is an organic extension of the people that are already here instead of a bunch of strangers. I mean, I'm open to both approaches, but I definitely like the idea of having existing people bring in new people, because they're the best judge of the type of people they think would want to be here and the type of people that would reflect the values that already bring them here. So it's kind of a good filtering system for bringing in new people, because it's already working off of an existing norm that works. So anyway, those are some thoughts on that. So yeah, I think we're going to go watch Nicolas Cage in Adaptation. Tonight's Friday. Imp Dave, I think, does some stuff. He said he stopped doing karaoke, but check his channel. He might do some other something on Friday. But I do know that Speakeasy does Verbal Combat. Flo and Talcott probably will stream, etc., etc. Anyway, use your bells. I didn't know about the bells. If y'all have your bells set up, you'll see what's going on tonight. And I might do a stream later too. So anyway, off to the movies. See y'all later. Thank you again. There we go. Oh, I didn't even realize I had my antlers off. Wardrobe malfunction. Take care. Bye.